of greatness.
Ooh, kill 'em.
You are now listening to the sounds of greatness.
Ooh, kill 'em.
You are now listening to the sounds of greatness.
Ooh, kill 'em.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the Work Griff. I am Cannon Hotep. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Man, as you can see behind me, shit getting real with this smoke. Let's go this way. Look at this shit. See, yesterday I didn't really pay it any attention. It wasn't as bad as you see it right now. It is 12:30. It is supposed to be a nice sunny day. In like the high 70s. Yet if you look behind me, it looked like it's ready to rain its ass off. This is far from like a summer haze. This is like we smoking some ribs out this bitch. This is crazy. I mean, I can barely see, like you guys have seen me do my work grip from this area. And you've been able to see, the whole of Baltimore, like the downtown Baltimore area. Now you can't. The smoke is thick, man. My kid, she woke me up this morning before she was going to go catch her bus, and she was like, "Yo, Dad," you know what I mean? The sun is red. It freaked her out a little bit. Excuse me. She's like, "Dad, the sun is red." I'm like, "Babe." I was like, "Well, I said there's some fires going on apparently that's making this happen." I walk outside today. So we live in Red Dawn. I walk outside today, right? I walk outside and I can smell the smoke. That smell like when wood's burning. You know what I mean? Like a like a wood stove, right? You know the smell of a wood stove. A lot of us do, or fire. You know what I mean? Like a campfire, um, a fire pit with some wood, and that's what it smelled like. It had a light smell like that earlier today, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Because in my opinion, I'm like, all right, I get it. You got these wildfires happening in Canada. You know what I mean? Which is weird to me, like, period. Anyway, you would think that the smoke would dissipate the further, the further it was blown, right? You think it would dissipate into the atmosphere or whatever, the further it was blown away, right? Um, but apparently that's not the case. You know, uh, Steph Colonel in the building. What's going on? Steph said, he said the sun popped out for a little bit in Camden, but Steph sent the picture on IG yesterday, and where he live at, um, that shit looked orange. Like it was like I thought he put a filter on his picture that he sent out. You know what I mean? I thought he put. Emmanuel said we living in red dawn, bro. Literally, it was a red dawn this morning. Apparently. Oh my gosh, who's this? David. What's going on, David? What's up, Sauce? We got Sauce the Prophet in the building. David says, "Burn the land, move the people." Woo! That's a awesome take. So let's talk about this, right? Here in Maryland, DC, Virginia, Emmanuel, you can attest to this. Even like New York and stuff like that, we haven't had a really hot summer yet. Like we ain't had no real hot days yet. I think we had like one day where it might have been in the 90s, but that's it. Right? Up here, I guess Maryland, Maryland and Virginia kind of is technically southern, but like even in the Northeast, like we haven't had any really hot days. It's been pretty mild. So I can only imagine in Canada, further north of us, they would have mild summer days too. It doesn't make sense, right? So they keep saying these wildfires sparked because it's dry and then it's hot. I'm like, in Nova Scotia, in Canada, I've never heard of a Canadian wildfire. If they happen, let me know in the chat if you've heard of them before, if it's happened before. But I would imagine, we've had a mild summer so far. It hasn't been hot at all. If anything, like in the mornings, it's like 50 degrees, and at best we might get 85 degrees at best. So in Canada, I can only imagine that the weather isn't, like that heat in Canada yet. You know what I mean? So how are these wildfires starting? That's my question. And I want to know what you guys think. How are these wildfires starting? Who's this? We got Joe Music in the building. The $5 super chat. He says the amount of people that was masked up on Q out here in NYC is crazy. Plus, I'm seeing a lot of climate change being pushed. No grift goes to waste. He's right. We're going to talk about all of that because just like he just said, took my son to school today. Everybody, boom, masked up. First off, them fucking masks that you guys was wearing for COVID ain't going to stop this, right? Just to let you know, like for some smoke like this, you need like some kind of like, I don't know, some kind of filter or whatever, respirator type situation. You know what I mean? However, people masked up already. Not only are people masked up, people are pushing this climate change shit. Oh, this is because of climate change. This is because of the cows or whatever the fuck they want to blame it on. But the climate change grift is starting, guys. The climate change grift is starting. The climate change grift is here. Just to let you know. So we're gonna get into that. Anyway, if you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon to let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share this stream. Let people know we live. If you're catching that replay, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I can use the constructive criticism. Anyway, but like I said, you can see right behind me. You can see the smoke. You can see the smoke in the haze. The higher I get in the building that I'm in, the more I can see the smoke. I can't see to Canton or East or Dundalk. Like I usually from the building I'm in, I can see the entire city for the most part. And the visibility is horrible. And now you got all of these states and cities and towns with air quality. Was it air quality alert? It just doesn't make sense to me that this smoke is this dense, this far away from the source. I'm just saying. Now, if I'm wrong and somebody can explain it to me, please feel free. Let me know. I'll bring you on. You can explain it to us. Sauce the Prophet says, NY look like what Frieza did to planning Namek. Emmanuel said, if smoke is this bad here, how are people living in Toronto, bro? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Emmanuel also read arson was suspected. Now, I heard that too, but I'm going to get to a video which I thought was interesting. Who's this? Joe Ham Sandwich in the building says, I'm in Western Pennsylvania and it's only been really hot one weekend so far. It's strange. That's what I'm saying, Joe. That's what I'm saying. We only had one hot day, I think, here, like one really hot day here. It was like 90. That was about it. They have not had wildfires in decades. Oh shit, Protocol got his kufi on tight. Talking about it's the lasers. We're gonna get to that too. That's a good I like that one. Get ready for climate change lockdowns. I need the Don DeMarco for that. All right, cool. I got you stuck. Give me a second. What else we got? Saul says, yeah, it's looking pretty foggy out here right now. It is, yo. It's crazy, yo. He also said he got a homegirl in Nova Scotia. Hope she doing all right. So let's look at this shit real quick, right? So you know who's speaking on this already. You know who already speaking on this. Your boy, Justin Trudeau. Excuse me. Justin Trudeau speaking on this already. Let's go ahead and share the screen. Let's see. All right, there we go. From Justin Trudeau, we're seeing more and more of these wildfires because of climate change. These fires are affecting everyday routine lives and livelihoods and our air quality. We'll keep working here at home and with partners around the world to tackle climate change and address its impacts. So man, this guy Tom Elliott said, so you're saying people commit arson because of climate change? Is this the chick who runs Canada? Arson in Alberta. Person was charged this week with 30 charges of arson. Crazy. Things I'm worried about. What's it say? Things I'm worried about. The emergence of one world totalitarian government, climate change. That is hilarious. So it looks like he's getting ratioed on his own tweet. Hundreds of American firefighters have recently arrived in Canada and more on the way. On the phone today, I spoke with POTUS Biden about this critical support, and I thanked him for all the help Americans are providing with as we continue to fight these devastating wildfires. You know the climate grift was coming, right, y'all? You knew the climate grift was coming. The climate grift was coming. Y'all knew that, right? So, where's it at? Go back. So, of course, Tom Fitton from Judicial Watch, he chimed in. Hold up.
What's good, people?
What's up, Jay?
Doing? What's good, Kennedy? I think you saw my the numbers I was putting in the stream chat for myself so I could load it because I didn't take a picture of it.
Yeah, you good. Let me just put it in the Miami.
Yeah, that's what you did for me. So I appreciate it. I was gonna come in and swipe those numbers out. How's everyone doing this morning? Thumbs up in the chats. Good to be here, man. I'm excited that Travis Rudolph was off. Did you wake up happy about that too?
Oh, of course.
Man, that was a beautiful thing. So now
Hopefully.
we're looking at the weather warfare. Climate change. Huh?
Yeah, we're looking at the climate change, quote unquote.
okay.
So
Yeah.
Tone Fitton said, fact check. No evidence that Canada
goodness.
forest fires were caused by climate change, though the temperatures will be a bit cooler in affected areas because of smoke and haze. Hashtag climate scam. So climate scam is trending across the Twitterverse, guys.
This is the same joint they did to California back in the day. Whenever those things just sparked off all of a sudden.
It was like 2017, I think it was.
Back in but prior to COVID. That's how everyone views it, right?
Right.
It's like before 9/11.
So this came from Limited Zero. Also, somebody else has sent me this too. It says mine. So it says, mine telling me how they all started at the same time. This is arson, not climate change, which I thought was interesting. Look at this shit, bro.
Today, this is on top of Nova. All of Southeast Quebec.
Look at these. Look at these.
All of it. Insane. Insane.
It was the What It Do satellites, right?
No.
That's what I'm thinking it was. I'm thinking it's the What It Do satellites.
Bro. Look at this shit. They all started at the same time, bro.
This is on top of Nova Scotia, New Jersey, and the entire western side of Canada burning.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Southeast Quebec just caught on fire, guys.
That's just crazy to me, Jay.
Yeah.
So, what's your take on it?
What It Do? That's what I think. I think it's the What It Do satellites. I think it's the same joint that they used on they used to get rid of some of those buildings that they didn't want around, some of those office buildings that were housing different things in California. And they got rid of Charles Schultz's Peanuts gang house too. It got tore up in those. Now those things just happen naturally too. But whenever we see this kind of out the blue, everything popping off at once, that's what makes me think it's What It Do. But Cassius Cam would be a good
he would, yo. I need
advice on it because he could tell us, hey, this looks like it sparked off before reason X, Y, and Z. Because I'm just a layman on it. And from my perspective, I would just think that they put them do things out there.
I'm about to reach out to him now, see if he available or if he out in the streets. Let me see.
That's what's up. Well, his perspective would be pretty good on it since he's out there battling the forest fires all the time. He might be busy with the 16-hour shift for all I know.
Hold on. Let me see.
Sauce, what's good? Matt Earth Theory, JFB, Joe Beard, Emmanuel Presley, YV. Appreciate you for being in here. Nerd Nash in the building. Salute. AP, Genius, Steph Colonel. Got a full stream over here. Let's see what Joe Beard said. A large amount of lumber comes from Canada. If the forests aren't managed properly with logging, it goes up like a tinderbox. We had a forest in CO that needed to be logged, and they let it burn. Emmanuel said, Jay got that energy. It'll be green in a year. It's El Nino.
Hold tight real quick, bro.
Yeah. What's going on, constructs of the state? Appreciate you for being here. Do we have images of the actual fire? That was it, though, with the satellite, though, right? I don't know if we have ground images just yet. I guess they'll be coming.
Yeah,
through.
the satellites, like I said, I need to see some ground images, though.
They couldn't wait to pump up the climate. That's been silent for a while. That grift has been silent for a while now, said Steph. Jimmy Doss said, huge fact. They tested those and no people will capitulate. At this point, they're rolling. Not even a mask can save you. But I saw, I know we'll get to it, right? The Jamie Foxx deal, right? I saw the mainstream is trying to backtrack on it and say that he's okay or something like that. So I'm saying it looks like another Damar Hamlin incident.
That's a possibility. That's a
Which
possibility.
is because I can't.
Like I said,
that just is the that's the game that they'll play. Like even if he, that's what my point was. Even if he really did get all jacked up, if they have something that we don't know about that they could use to rehabilitate him super fast, then they can come back out and say, "Aha! See, all you tinfoil wearing weirdos are wrong. Now go out and get your Yamin." I thought that's just the move that they would make. Maybe, because I can't imagine them sitting there and letting any of that kind of information pop out just yet.
Yeah, so I just got a hold of Cam. Cam said he said he tied up right now, so he not gonna be able to jump on. But yeah, I told him I just wanted his 2 cents on the
man, Earth
on this situation jumping off, bro. Because it's just crazy to me. Like you can see behind me, right, Jay?
Not right this second. No,
I mean you saw right behind me, right?
Why is it all
it's hazy as a bitch.
Hazy?
Yeah, and it's like, and yesterday I was sitting there like, Emmanuel tripping.
Why?
Right? Because I was like, I don't see no smoke while I was out and about. But come to find out, I was.
So yesterday Emmanuel is all cap, and today he's not.
Well, no, because when I was at the port, yeah. I'm sitting there like, oh wait a minute, it's not supposed to be foggy like this. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh shit, maybe I was like, Emmanuel, right?
No, it said
it's jacked up.
It said in the Bible in Revelation, it says a third of the earth will be without day and a third of the earth without night. Right? We're talking about when we do get hit by the asteroid one of these days in the future,
bro.
That smoke from the asteroid is going to cover up the sun. We won't be able to see anything. So
for some reason, I kept thinking about that song "Smoke on the Water."
What song is that?
Smoke on the water. I forgot who make it though. Who make that song? I know somebody in the chat know. I know somebody in the chat know who make that song. Ah, boy. But yeah,
I never heard that before.
Yeah.
Smoke on the water.
Never heard of Smoke on the Water? Oh man.
You know that you know my musical taste is primarily modern-esque pop music and real dirty, grimy rap music. So I don't know.
See, I'll be listening to classic rock sometimes. I just can't remember who made that song. Jimmy Dawes says,
Deep Purple. English rock band called Deep Purple. Okay. I never heard of them. Deep Purple is Smoke on the Water.
Jimmy Dawes Hotep said, huge fact. They tested the lockdowns and no people will capitulate. At this point, they are rolling with not even a mask can save you. Bro.
And that goes into, like AP is saying, sounds more like a magnetic pole shift. If the poles reverse, it would have the day and night. So in Revelation is talking about is us getting hit by an asteroid, a megaton asteroid. And what that's going to do is it's going to shake the earth. It's going to rattle the earth so bad, we're going to have like a 12-point magnitude earthquake across the earth. Then on top of that, the poles will shift. And on top of that, the sky will be darkened by all that smoke. Then when it talks about the brimstone falling down and coming in blood and fire, hail, that's the element, that's the asteroid breaking up as it hits us. Mm-hmm. And all that's kind of been demonstrated in every one of those disaster movies that dealt with that same topic. That's exactly what it's going to look like, exactly what it's describing in Revelation at the last of time for us, for Earth anyway.
A man gonna say the smoke got canned singing Negro spirituals. Get out of here, bro. So look, right? So Nerd Nash, right? If y'all ain't following Nerd Nash, go follow him. It's Nerd at the Cool Table. So he put out on Twitter. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. He wanted the best Kufi on tights on this shit.
Go ahead.
Since nobody really know what the deal is, right? Nobody can really give us an answer other than climate change. I'm sure Greta Thunberg, they'll come pushing her out there soon. Is this it right here? Yes, it right here. They'll come pushing her out soon. Share the screen. It would be cool if I had two screens, but operating with the one. It's all good though.
Child in time.
There we go. So he said it has to be done. Give me your best conspiracy theory regarding these wildfires in Canada / smoke in NYC. Let's go. Hands out koofies.
Just handing them out. Here you go, people.
Just start handing out these
Oh.
koofies. We need to know
Third
what the
Nash
deal
is a
is,
classic.
bro. So let's read through some of these. Tap on Twitter says the beginning of Project Bluebeam. Nerd said, "Oh, you going there already? You going there?"
Do you think they're gonna use Project Bluebeam?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. They have been slow rolling the whole. They have been slow rolling the whole extraterrestrial UFO thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? They could be. There's
I
gonna be a
don't
bunch
know.
of
We'll
fucking. We're gonna get a bunch of fucking Alfs out this bitch. Nate Nada says Russia's secret attack on the USA. Russians in Canada. Russians in Canada. That's different. Billy says China attack. Let me see.
Did you ever read Arthur C. Clarke's Childhood's End?
No.
Childhood's End, the aliens come, right? And they're like, "Oh, we're here to help you all out. We're here to save you. We're here to get your technology boosted. We're peaceful. Don't even trip." And they're like, but they're hiding behind this big glass shield that you can't see through. They can basically like one of those mirrors, right? So they can see out to you and you can't see into them. Then one day someone flips on the switch and sees what they look like, and they look like Satan. They have big devil horns. They look real demonic. They have these huge claws and everything. It's really wild. So the people were like, they freak out and they're like, "Oh shoot, this is what you aliens look like. You look like the devil." So that's why they always hid themselves.
Well, like some They Live type shit.
Kinda. They look like they have all kinds of demonic forms, and they look like
So they shape shifting.
No, they're not. But I mean, they have all kinds of demonic forms that they just look like, because they're supposed to be aliens, but they look like demons. It's called Childhood End, and it's by Arthur C. Clarke. It's a book that came out in the 50s. I got a picture of from the TV series. The TV series came out back in the day. Let me see. I can share it here on the thing, can I?
Yeah, you can share it. Give me a couple seconds though. So Free Speech says they started the fire and pushing it with the heart.
Wow, that's a good one.
Blockers from seeing the show in the sky.
Right. Wow, that's wild.
That's Koofy on tight right there. If you know about the harp, you know about the harp. We need to do a Koofy on tight about harp, bro. We need to do Carlos Afraka said controlled demolition via satellite laser. Let me see. So the great says, this is from Maxim Bernier, I guess. I don't know how you say his name. Several arsonists have been arrested in the past weeks in different provinces for lighting forest fires, but the lying woke media and politicians keep repeating that global warming is the cause. Bro, that's what I'm starting to think, right? I think that these fires are intentionally started, and they're going to blame climate change.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just to lock us down more, so they can bring in climate credits and all that other shit. All right, guys, because these wildfires are happening, we're going to have to start regulating and limiting your carbon footprint, you know, by federal mandate. Like, you can only drive your car twice a week. You can't run your air condition. You can't have cows or chickens. Shit like that.
Right.
This is how they're going to do it, right? Now, these arsonists, are they going to get charged and are they going to get prosecuted? Probably not, especially if they're working for the ops.
Yeah, not unless it's a scapegoat. Not unless they've got a Jared Fogle or some little scapegoat to him up and say this is the bad guy right here, the only person, and not charge all the other people that put it together.
Right, exactly. We got Jonah over here with the let me see. Jonah sent in a super chat. Salute to Jonah. I know Jonah out there in Canada. Jonah, what is it looking like out there with you?
Right.
Jonah says with the $2 Canadian says they should not burn like that. Makes no sense. That's another point I'm getting to. Bro, like, this smoke is thick. Like, I get it, right? you got all these fires started, and they're sending up all this smoke. But for this smoke to be this thick and to reach this far, is that the only thing burning? Is that the only thing burning, or the wildfires to cover up for something else? Like I forgot who said it. Like on this thing, like the cover up from the show in the sky. You know what I mean? Like what is it? What is it blocking? What is the smoke blocking? What is it running interference for?
Is CERN still running?
I don't know. CERN is still running. But think about it, right? Think about it, Jay. Like, have we ever seen smoke reach this far? Let's just take the California wildfires that always happen, right? Have we ever heard of that? Where the California wildfires reach down into fucking New Mexico and Texas? We ever heard that shit? Texas and them seeing the smoke from wildfires in California?
I don't know. It's possible. I thought that
like this. Like I'm in Baltimore, bro.
I think so, Kenan. I think so. The California fires, smoke, haze, reaching Texas. Let me double check. I think it did. I don't know how it looked. Let me see. It said the majority of smoke will likely remain aloft, but enough will be visible to the moderate range in parts of Dallas, Fort Worth. So I think it reached all the way, like the haze reached. I think it did. I think it reached from California all the way to Dallas.
All right, well, I'll stand corrected on that. But I wouldn't think that. I'm here in Baltimore City, and y'all see behind me. The way that haze is looking is like that fire is close by. Right? Look at this shit.
New Jersey and New York are really going crazy.
Oh, they fucked up. Yeah, and then Michigan. I want to know what Michigan look like. Michigan just across the river. You know what I mean? Like I said, look where I'm at. Fuck Emmanuel in Virginia. And he's seeing it in Virginia.
We haven't seen it yet.
We out the way. We out the way. And this shit look like the fire is a couple of miles from here. That's the crazy shit, yo. I don't think it should be this. I don't think New York should be fucking orange right now. Like it should be. They probably could. Like I would think they would be able to see something slight, but not what we seeing, bro. This shit is nuts. Anyway, we got 37 in the building. Make sure I hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know we got new content coming out. But yeah, so all right, so I got this picture you sent me. So this is what you was talking about? Childhood Zen?
Oh yeah, look at that picture. So that's the alien right there.
Looking like Baphomet.
Yeah.
Or the devil.
Yeah, that's childhood. That's the when they made the series or the movie or whatever back in 2015 of the book that came out in the 1950s.
I'm going to check it out.
And that's what from my perspective and all my research, that's what I think that's how I view the alien thing and the Project Blue Beam. I just think it's just a spiritual thing. I just think that they're entities like the ones that are angels and the ones that are demons, and I think that that's what it is. I think those ships of gold and the ships of things like that that are visible, they're not from our dimension or our reality, and they're outside of it, and they're just demonic entities or angelic beings. And I think that that's what that's my perspective from gematria and biblical studies. That's where I'm at with it. So I don't really think that they're physical beings that will come here and help us. And I think that that's what Project Blue Beam is going to deceive people with. And the main person to do it, I would believe, would be Elon if it happens in our lifetime, which I don't think it will. But if it does, if they do use the Project Blue Beam thing, they'll have Elon come out and be the spokesperson for it. He'll be the guy standing next to the creature like you see in that picture. He'll be the guy that will say, hey, these are the aliens that want to give us this new technology that will advance our society. But really, it'll be the kind of stuff that will put us more in a totalitarian state. And we just won't be many people will fall victim to it. That's what I think. And I think it won't even be real. It'll just be holograms, characters, and costumes and stuff.
Bro. So Mark Random says, I thought it was going to be the eco/climate change rendition of the 2020 COVID-based shutdown and government control. You need a Don DeMarco for that one, bro. You need a Don DeMarco for that one.
And Burns blotting out the sun. That's like that's real deep too.
I remember that episode.
That gets into the story of them. Just like what did Gates say? Right? He said, "Let's blot out the sun."
Yeah. That's the funny part, bro. The Simpsons, man.
They want to blot out the sun.
What's this one?
Get that.
Someone said in the video they burning up the countryside to force people to move to the cities, so they're easier to control and manage. I mean, that's a possibility, though.
Yeah. That's let's get the zombie-infested mosquitoes
to spread from the forest of upstate New York, and they started the fire in another country to draw attention away from the hidden labs in New York.
This Koofy is tatted on the skull. That's a good one.
They cooking up the next virus, and they wanted to get us back into wearing the mask because this time they're going to keep everything open.
That's a good spot. You know, they might bring back out the masks and say what you need is this mask XY9 or whatever, like a new updated mask. I think that's a good read. We might get into that.
Yeah, it's a good read because, like I said, when I was taking my son to school, everybody masked up again. You know what I mean?
Are they crazy? What happened?
Because I guess they think that those masks are going to keep going to protect them from the fucking vagina smoke monster that's out in the streets right now.
What?
You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm like, this man. I'm like,
did you start asking questions?
No.
Oh, you didn't ask them questions and say, I seen it. I see y'all got the mask.
I seen it coming. You know what I mean? Now, what I will say is if that smoke got thicker and it got a little lower, like closer to like, you know how fog will be kind of street level? Then I might be like, you know what, y'all, maybe we should go ahead and throw on something. I don't know what the fuck going on. Right, because this is more than smoke. I'm still standing by it. I think this is more than smoke, yo. I don't think that it should have reached.
We gotta get back in touch with Cassius Scam because he'll clue us in on what kind of masks, what kind of haze level, what kind of fires these result in. He'll have a lot of inside information that we need to hear.
Yeah, but I know he out there fighting fire. He was out there fighting fires. Like he was posting pictures on his Instagram. Not Instagram, but
I know
on Twitter. So I know he out there doing the Lord's work right now.
Salute to Cassius. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah, he might got some kind of inside track on what happened out there. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is that, like I said, I don't think this should have reached this far. That's why I'm thinking it's something else, yo. What else is burning or what else is in the air along with this smoke? And I'm not trying to gaslight. I'm not trying to scare people. But it's just, I'm wondering, like, yo, it's crazy. Now, when I stepped outside today, like I said, it smelled like a campfire.
Did it?
Yeah, like it had that slight
smell smell in the air?
Yeah, that slight like smell of like wood burning when I walked outside. And I immediately started sneezing my ass off.
Did you?
Yeah, I've been sneezing all fucking day, bro. Only thing that probably to stop me from sneezing right now is because I'm in the building. I was going to do this outside. And I was like, I don't want to be sneezing the whole fucking stream. So I'm going to just go and, go to where I usually go, open up the blinds so y'all can see the backdrop. And y'all can, like, and honestly, y'all can see the smoke a whole lot better from here. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed.
Because the higher you get, the more of the smoke you can see. Yeah.
It's wild.
The more street level I am, like you notice it, but you don't notice it. You know what I mean? Again, like I said, if you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon, and let you know when I got new content coming out. So this is what we're gonna do, bro. Like we did yesterday. I'm gonna throw the link to the stream in the chat. I want to know what y'all think. I want y'all 2 cents. If you want to jump on the stream and give me your 2 cents, or you might got an idea why all this shit is jumping off, let me know. Let us know. All right, let's throw it in there. Jonah said he's trying to jump on. Go and hit that link, Jonah. Try to keep it PG, please. I like to keep my channel. But jump on
code words.
Guys. Yeah, code words.
Slangology, OTEP slang.
Yeah. Just, help me out here. What's this say? Emmanuel says Diablo 4 out for Canada. Instant wildfires.
Emmanuel with the jokes.
RV in the building said, hey, remember in Doom they went to Mars and they had demons, not aliens.
Woo.
Bruh.
IV. Those are bars. I like that.
Water
Is that your-
sources
Is that your
are
perspective too,
gonna get
Kenny?
ashy. What?
Aliens. You think
I
aliens are
don't
gonna
know.
come down and say, "We're here to help you. We're here to show you some technology," or you think that's all that nonsense?
What's the Valiant Thor gonna make a comeback? He coming back from Venus
Yeah.
to give us a hand. But fucking Elon
what
Musk
did
is
they-
Valiant Thor's son.
What do they help us with, though? They help jack us up. I don't think
They
that
don't-
they're
nah,
any help at all.
I mean, I stand by. I think that they like the Grand Canyon. I think was rich in resources. I think we were like a slave class, and they used us to fucking dig that shit up. And then when they fucking bled apart, everything dry, they dipped, left us here.
Like the
And we
Zachariah
built the civilization.
Sitchin stories, because they had all that copper. They had copper mines in
Copper
Africa.
mines and gold mines and shit like that.
Copper and African gold mines. The aliens came. They told the humans, "Go dig that up for us, because we're tired of our skinny little arms digging all this stuff up." But they was real demonic with it, right?
Mhm.
They were the watchers too. Then they were the watchers, peeping in on humans, jacking us up, creating monster-looking people, and hybrid people. Plus, not only the Chimera characters that we talk about, like Minotaurs and stuff like that, but also the giants, the Nephilim.
The Nephilim, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Toloco says the forest fires are a natural process. We stopped that and stopped doing controlled burns because of climate change. So the material just builds up, and when it lights, there's no stopping it. But I just don't think it's hot enough in Canada to start a fucking wildfire. Like, I can get California. I've been in that California heat. I've been in that Texas heat. I've been in that Vegas heat. It's fucking dry and hot. I can understand that. But fucking Canada, I can't. Let me see. Saw says, and the smoke rolled in real fast too. It was clear at 11:30, and then 30 minutes later, it smoked out. That must have been one hell of a prevailing wind, shouldn't you know what I mean? AP says also depends on the weather. Let me see what else we got here. Daisy Girl said, "Yep, might make it to #1 grifty with this BS. What the fuck? Your country is on fire." What she say? What you say? You on fire? Your country's on fire, and this all you got? Climate change, bro. I don't know. This shit is. That's a good point too. AP's making. I think this is normal. When the Ohio chemical fire was going on, the contaminants made their way from Ohio to New England in about a day. And Joe Beard, he said what you said. He said they got smoke from California and Kansas. So that's incorrect. I guess that shit can travel a long ways. You know what I mean? But it's just, the thing is, it's just like, it's just weird. Like I said, I can't stop sneezing when I go outside. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what else is inside of that smoke? You know what I mean? I don't know. All I know is I hope this shit fucking lifts soon. Retro Neon says, not gonna lie, the future will look like Blade Runner. C Miles said, I read that most of these source of fires are due to human error, naturally occurring only make up 10 to 15% of fires, which goes to the point of Tom Fenton and a lot of other skeptics saying that, and people saying that some people got arrested for wildfires in Canada. You know what I mean? Which could push the whole, you got arson, I'm a little behind still, but Cannon, when you say orange, I can only assume you're talking about the color of the sky. It gets somewhat confusing because of other states being under code orange. That's right. So that's what I'm talking about, Daisy Girl, is like when you look at, let me see if I can't find it. Like when you look at what's that picture that Steph sent me yesterday? Where is it at? Bear with me for a minute, people. Here, that's not it. I got a lot of fucking Travis Rudolph shit on my.
Kay said her family in New York said their eyes were burning when they went outside.
That's crazy. The eyes was burning.
Emmanuel said, imagine Jonah keeping it PG.
Here we go. Let me see. Yeah, so it's like
that's a good one. Did you see BA's joint?
What?
He said maybe they're testing a way to smoke screen certain locations in case of Russia retaliatory striking or to disrupt the satellite guidance system. It's a possibility that I can think of.
That's interesting.
That's a good spot because that's also what a lot of people say happens whenever we see the contrails. They say, well, also that's indicative of them being wary of a satellite passing over at the same time, so they have to come out there with the contrails.
So C Miles saying his eyes was burning too. He said he actually threw a mask on. Hey Miles, is the mask like helping like block anything? Because like I said, depending on where you are, right? New York is way worse than here. Like I said, if that shit, like if it got lower, if the smoke started to get lower here, and it really started to like feel a little thick, I might have to throw in a barrier between my face and the smoke. I might have to throw in a mask simply because just to kind of block from that shit. Like I know, like when I'm in my boat yard and I'm crushing a boat down, I got fiberglass and fucking dust just fucking swooming. So I put on like a respirator mask to keep all that shit out of my lungs. So I know New York is worse. I know New York is fucking worse than Baltimore. So maybe I mean, like I said, you see the picture on screen now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, damn. I said I thought Steph threw a filter on. That's New Jersey or wherever he is, bruh. That shit wild. We got Jonah in the building. Hold on, make Jonah in. Keep it PG, Jonah. Don't get my channel.
Congratulations, Blake, on your
Don't get my channel drop.
card win last night.
What up, Jonah?
Good morning, Jonah. Good to see you. Can you hear us?
You hear us, Jonah? You sleep at the wheel, Jonah?
Text him on the where's the private chat? Text Jonah, say, hey, we
Jonah, you good?
Can you see my messages when I text you?
You ain't
Let me just turn you down in the background here so I can't no echo.
Oh, there you go. I thought you would sleep at the wheel, Jonah. Like, damn, Jonah, I fell asleep waiting.
Yeah, so I sent you some pictures too, right?
Okay.
You guys, it's not what you expect up here. Like, up that way. It's nothing like California. It's literally nothing but hundreds of miles of pine trees right next to each other. Like where my parents grew up. Which is one of the fires there. That is.
Shit. That's a real live picture.
Like it's literally just pine trees all over the place. Just you can't even like walk in the woods back that way.
Damn.
Yeah, that one. So that's actually my parents grew up in a town. It's called Hornpain. And
dang,
are you guys hearing me at all? Because I'm just hearing like the whole music.
No, we can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you, Jonah.
Give me a second here. What the?
It might be. Yeah, he might have been, but yeah, I can hear you.
What? Wait. Chat. What the hell?
Let me see. That's crazy. You see that shit? You see that picture?
Yeah.
That's nothing.
It's a lot of flames.
He says nothing but pine trees. That's nuts. That's fucking nuts, bro. God damn. Give me a second, Joe. When Jonah come back, y'all finish the conversation. I'll be right back. I gotta go run and do something.
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
I hear you, Jonah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me now? All right.
I'm good. Cannon stepped out for just a second, so it's just you and I in the chats right now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, Jonah. Mic check 1 2. I'm hearing you. See my thumbs up? I can hear you.
I'm just hearing like the music.
Only the music? I can hear you. Let me put that in the
You guys hear me?
chat so you can. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
You are. Yes, your audio is working. I hear you just fine. Cannon has stepped out. And it's just you and I in the stream. Hope you got all that, Jonah. Let's see what while I wait on Jonah. Let's see, it says Retro Neon with the $10 super chat. Appreciate it. Also, Zion Williamson is messing up. He's playing Marvin's Room in private for not only to getting an ex-corn star pregnant, but for messing around with another one on the side. Stop.
I'll be right back.
Okay, Jonah. Stop weakening your legs. Dang, that was crazy. I saw Uncle Hotep is the first one I heard about these stories about Zion from. So Zion got with the girl, I think is named Mariah Mills. I guess I'm not really sure who she is. And I guess he had another side one, and Unc was the one that was posting the screenshots from Twitter. One guy on there was shooting his shot at the girl and was like, Zion doesn't deserve you. You need someone like me or something like that. It was hilarious. But that's really it's jacked up to see young people making such crazy decisions with their future and their careers. So I'm disappointed to see that Zion is not looking for a trad or a pog or something like that. You know, someone that's traditional maybe more would be but you know, whatever floats his boat, I guess. If you're that young, you're gonna mess up your bag, mess up your legs, and mess up your career if you want. Look what happened with Travis Rudolph picking the wrong one. Like she said when Dominique kept saying you picked the wrong one. So again, another misguided move from a celebrity athlete that could possibly be jacking up their bag. Right, Jonah had to step out for a second. He's trying to fix his mic. You back, Kenan?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, so Retro Neon had the $10 super chat, which I read, which was about Zion Williamson messing around with that corn star, who I guess he got pregnant.
What the heck?
Unc was talking about that in his
okay there.
Earlier.
All right, we can hear you, Jonah. Can you hear us?
I can hear you now. I switched routers.
All right, cool. All right, that's what's up. So I'm looking at this picture you put up, man. That shit's fucking crazy, bro. So that's
so yeah, go ahead.
And what part of Canada?
Like literally, it's all like that.
Damn.
That is best way like Upper Peninsula, Michigan.
Okay. Oh, by Michigan.
Like go north of there a little bit, you know.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's Upper Peninsula though. So that man, like if you go like that's like 8 hours. No, that would be like 12 hours north of Detroit, like just straight north.
Damn.
So basically, my parents grew up in that. So this highway that you're looking at. But both my parents grew up in this small little know-nothing town.
Hornpain.
If you look at the other picture that I showed you, yeah, Hornpain. If you want, you can pull up Google Maps where it is, but it's a little middle of nowhere, like literally nothing. It exists because of lumber mill, and trains. Like so, the train it's a split between Sault Ste. Marie and Thunder Bay. So it's a split where like so the staff can switch off.
Gotcha.
But if you can look into it like up that far, yeah. So if you look into it up that far. Like there's one of the pictures I sent you is it's they're called ridings here. So the political riding, you get 0.12 persons per square kilometer. It's 30,000 people and 250,000 square kilometers. Like that's how like empty it is. Now this is all coniferous trees, right?
So this is all wilderness.
Yeah, and it's all coniferous trees. So it's not like California. They got like all these eucalyptus or whatever, the deciduous or whatever. So these are like coniferous, and they actually wouldn't be just going through the thaw. So this makes zero sense why it's burning, other than like someone like direct energy, you know.
So you saying that these trees they still like got moisture in them?
Yeah. Oh, they'd be soaked. They would just be coming out of thaw.
Huh. Okay, so that's which makes sense to me because, like I said, like if we got mild weather here where I am, I can only imagine the weather being, not too much off, maybe a little cooler than where I'm at. So you saying that these trees that's on fire?
Up there, they're probably like up there. They're probably like 45, 50 right now.
45, 50 degrees.
Yeah. Like June, probably. No, actually, the June day probably be like 60. Now, if you go down to the last of the pictures I sent you.
Okay, hold up. Okay, so those they still got moisture in them trees. So it's like, what the fuck are they doing burning?
Yeah, that makes no sense. And they're all like they're all pine or whatever too, right? So like,
that's a fucking beautiful.
It's not like. What is that?
So that's a beautiful view right there.
If you go to the bottom left, that's actually where my grandparents used to own that place, and then they fly, and my great uncle used to own it, but I haven't been. So and then you see like there too, like literally that area, like at least where one of the fires is. There's like, man, there's nothing but like pine trees and whatnot, whatever.
And it's like a wetland.
Yeah, like I mean, like I wouldn't call it a wetland, but like because it's. It's buried in snow most of the buried in snow from like November through probably May. And when I say buried in snow, like 8-10 feet high by the end of the winter.
Wow.
Yeah.
So again, like why they're burning.
Yeah, I know. Like that's just one of the ones here in Ontario, but like all of the ones in Quebec. It's all similar. A lot of them are all in the similar, like at least from what I've seen. A lot of them are all similar nature or whatever. It makes zero sense. The only thing that I can think of is, if they want to call it climate change, you burn off all these trees, and then they're not actually filtering out the carbon, right?
Right.
So,
which makes sense.
Yeah. Now, the other thing would be the only other thing that I could think of is if like a fault line cracks or something, and that's where they, but usually if a fault line cracks, you'd have some sort of vibrations or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, none of it makes sense though that they're having wildfires this time of year in like Ontario and Quebec, and
it's undetermined. Right, so this is called the Nova Scotia fire of 2023. That's what they're calling it.
Is that what they're calling it?
No, this is Ontario. Nova Scotia is it's like 3,000 kilometers from here.
But the media is calling it the Nova Scotia fire, though.
Well, they're in Quebec too. They're in like all the provinces. They're talking like where my parents would be, like where my parents grew up. You'd talk like 3,000 kilometers away, and there's fires there. And there's all kinds in Quebec too.
And this isn't okay. So the past couple ones were due to heat waves, right? But there's no heat wave going on there right now, is there?
No, not that I've heard of. I mean, it doesn't make sense too. And like, what? Trees don't actually know how to take the sun. Come on, makes no sense.
In 2019, they were saying that was due to lightning strikes, right? And in 2021, they were saying record heat waves was causing it. Then in the past, you have to go back to like 2014, 2017. Those were all also due to lightning and heat waves, I believe. So this is the one.
Yeah, but this time of year,
right? Oh no, different times.
Would it be this time of year you're talking about, or like September?
I'd have to go back I'd have to go back in here and look, but July, though, it's the 2016 wildfire that affected Alberta and Saskatchewan, and that was 589,000.
You're talking completely different environments. The Alberta, Saskatchewan prairies, no moisture. Like it's completely different environments. Alberta can almost be desert-like. There's like there is actually a desert out in Alberta. It's at least classified as a desert. That would be like 6,000 kilometers from Nova Scotia, which is completely different. That Nova Scotia is an island in the Atlantic Ocean.
This is
Now Nova Scotia is also where Oak Island. Now
this
where
is
you're looking at here.
No, go ahead, Jay.
I was just gonna say this is a first though for Nova Scotia to have a large wildfire. It hasn't happened ever in the history of Canada that a profound large wildfire like this has ever happened there from Nova Scotia.
So what you saying, John? You saying
they got blown up in 1918. Well, first on the screen here, that's not Nova Scotia that we're looking at on the screen. That's actually Quebec.
Oh, really?
But Nova Scotia was actually blown up in World War I. Like literally, Halifax was blown up completely.
And this satellite imagery. This satellite imagery is
that's
this,
Quebec.
Is this, and that's not real time, but that's within a few days from here, from where we are now. I mean, like this happened a few days ago.
I first got sent to me 2 days ago or whatever.
Okay. So this
what
is
saying, Jay?
I was gonna say the Halifax event, right? Is that what you were referring to?
Yeah, when they got blown up.
Right, I remember that. Camden, do you remember the Halifax event?
Nah,
it's
y'all schooling me on something I didn't know about.
During
they
World
also
War,
got Oak Island there.
Was it during World War
One,
right?
World War One.
That's crazy.
They were. Was it communication lines? Was it cargo ships? What do you remember, Jonah? What they were trying to target during the Halifax event?
No idea, but okay. I know the entire. I know it all got blown up.
So on December 6th, I think it's December 6th, and I might be wrong, guys, but December 6th, 1917, the Halifax explosion affected Nova Scotia, and that's where like everything just got basically they got attacked, and
that's where the Templars have their gold hidden.
Is that right?
Oak Island. Now here's another fun fact. The First Nations tribe they're called Acadians.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Sargon or Nimrod were Acadians, right, with 2 Ks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Quebec also has a Mount Babel.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. You can pull it up and it's Mount Babel. It's
like
huge.
Shit. Like the Tower of Babel?
Yeah. It's literally a huge island, so it looks like there's a moat around it, but no one can go there. And then when you go to Google Maps, it's all just CGI.
Obsessive Compulsive on Rumble says they're using filters and heat haze combined to push their disgusting globalist Babylon agenda. Toronto has less smoke visible than the haze of a summer day. How does the U.S. have thicker smoke?
Yeah,
that's my question.
Okay, let's see if I can actually move my laptop.
That's the question I got. Jonah's saying it ain't as bad as but when you see New York and Jersey and even like what y'all see behind me, apparently that's more smoke than the actual source. That's the interesting thing. Shout out to Obsessive Compulsive over here on Rumble. Bruh, like this is crazy, man. Hold on, I'm about to look up that. He said Mount Babel in Canada.
Yeah, it was Babel, I believe. Other than that event, so we got Jonah on here, but I was just looking up. I don't think Nova Scotia ever faced anything like this before. This was the only time that they would have had anything like this happen in history. Because, like what Jonah was saying, there should be a lot of dew over those. Is it pine trees primarily, right?
Yeah. Well, it is a Mount Babel, Alberta. It's in Alberta.
Salute DMW.
That's interesting.
Daisy girl, appreciate you.
Yeah, Rob Banks in the building.
What's good, Rob?
Let me see if I share this with y'all. Like Jonah had to move. He had to jump off real quick. Let me see. Mount Babel, Canada. I didn't know that. There's actually a mountain called Mount Babel. How about that? That's interesting. But like, this is Alberta. You know what I mean? Like, and like he said in Saskatchewan, it shouldn't. Like those trees shouldn't have caught fire. It doesn't make sense. Also out where the other spots that he was talking about, like they should still be thawing out. They still got moisture in those trees. So how are those trees catching fire? It has to be man-made, right? We got some kind of intervention in there. It's not some natural climate change wildfire. But if for it to be so thick and to look like it looks like behind me, like I said, it looked like it's about to rain. Right? Like, what else is in that smoke? What is the smoke running interference for some shit? Are they using the smoke to push something else through it? Like I just got a question. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like C Miles he said his eyes is burning up in New York, which I can imagine because they're a lot closer to the source, but it's also thicker. It's also like closer to the closer to sea level, I guess you would say, or to the ground, where it's affecting them more. And like I said, when I walked out my house, I could smell like a campfire. Like I said, it smelled like a light campfire, and it was immediately fucking with my nose. Whereas I was sneezing my ass off.
Wow.
So like I said, I don't know, man. I feel like they never let a good crisis go to waste. Let's just say that this shit did naturally occur. They not gonna let this shit just go. Oh yeah, guys, this is some shit that just happened by happenstance. Don't worry, we're working on it. No, they're gonna use this to push another agenda. They're gonna use this to be like, guys, be afraid, be very afraid. You know what I mean? Like that's what they're gonna do. So I just don't know. I don't know what to say about it for real.
About the climate, you think that's to be the narrative around it, the framework?
Yeah, because that's going to be like, we need to do these 15-minute cities ASAP, right? Oh, Jonah back. We need to do these 15-minute cities ASAP. You know what I mean? We can't let you guys. You can't drive anymore. Like it's going too far, guys. We got to save the trees, and then by save the trees, you can't go buy a fucking ribeye steak without having to pay an extra tax on buying that ribeye steak. You ain't gonna be able to go drive your car. It's gonna be $4.09 for gas, plus whatever carbon tax credit they put on you getting gas. They're gonna use this. They're gonna use this. That freedom, sacrifice your freedom for security bullshit.
Jonah, while you're in the chat, you remember Franklin's lost expedition? Did they ever find those people?
What? That's in the Arctic, right?
Yeah, they had the HMS Terror, and they kind of make a clip of that. So at the beginning, for you guys to watch that Transformers movie, they show that Arctic expedition in it, basically at the beginning, where those people all get lost up there in the Arctic. They're trying to get through that stuff, but they get their old time ships stuck in there. You have Captain James Cook and other figures, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did they ever find those people, or did they disappear into Hollow Earth? What happened with that?
Who knows? But I would say Hollow Earth, or let's be honest. If you're up there,
yeah,
polar bears, they just ate your ass.
Is that right?
Yeah. No. Not that way. What is it called now? None of it. When you there's a bunch of diamond mines or whatever up in Nunavut.
Mm-hmm. It's called it's a place called Nunavut.
Yeah, Nunavit. It's like First Nations Eskimo language.
Okay,
that's wow.
But when you go up there too, you buy like a 6-pack of Coke for like $70.
Damn.
Because you have to fly in, but anyone who goes up there, they just get paid out their ass too, right? So, but then when you're up that way, polar bears will just walk through the city, and it's like, okay, cool, let's lock ourselves up real quick.
So over here on Rumble, Mike has bad knees. Says we get smoke like that every summer in Colorado from the forest fires. But he also says, but it would be late summer when it's really dry. We're we're really just getting into the summer months now.
Dude, up that way, they would still probably have snow in between the trees and stuff. You know what I mean? Because there's no sun up that way, right? If you're in between the trees and it's got in there. So it's probably still just thawing. It makes no sense at all.
It makes no sense at all.
Other than a direct energy weapon.
Yeah, I remember with the LA fires or the California fires back, was it 2017, 2018? There was a lot of speculation and talk about direct energy weapons because of the way the fires were burning. Which I thought, matter of fact, let me see if I can find that video.
Yeah.
One of our favorite YouTubers that we like to reference.
I already said that on
ODDTV.
I already said that on my show last week. Actually, I recorded a good one today, but you know, I because of HJ, I found out that the Rockefellers actually funded the Fabian School of Economics, the Communist School of Economics, or the London School of Economics, and they did it through the Laura Spelman Memorial. But yeah, so I just recorded that one. That'll be out later today. But no, like the other thing is like with the California ones, right? All the shrubbery is still there, but then like the house is completely gone, right?
Right, exactly. Yes.
Now, the other thing that could be happening up north here and all these other places, but again, too, it doesn't make sense because if it was like a fault line and like the ground was heated, like it makes sense if the fault line and the ground started heated, right? Because it was like magma or whatever released. But then it wouldn't make sense that there would be no reports of shakes or vibration or the earth movement.
Because you had like trees burning from the inside. That was really interesting.
And now that my phone turned back on, I'll see you in a brief moment here. I did a quick video. Like we have no smoke at all here in London. But again, too, like where I am, nothing would stay anyways. Like I'm literally sandwiched between Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, and Lake Huron. So I got 3 of the Great Lakes within an hour of where I live.
I'm trying to find this one video, but hope ain't take it down or YouTube ain't take it down. Where is it at? It's got to be in here. But yeah, it was really interesting. I remember that. I was like, oh, how was that shit burning right there, but the fucking bushes ain't on fire?
How did Building 7 have no girders? I mean, they just disappeared, right?
Yeah. I always tell people that when they be like, like how deep do you be in conspiracies? I'd be like, I'm building 7 and over. If you don't know what that means, then you're not that deep.
I tell people that if Alice was to take a piss, she still wouldn't hit me.
This is crazy. I can't find it. Lucky either he took it down or YouTube took it off his channel. He had a fantastic video.
They take everything. They try to completely like last week when I was recording, you guys will love this one. So I did like 2.5 hours about FDR being a socialist and everything, and I researched it all. Then in the middle of it, like I was getting all this feedback, so I'm like, 1 minute, I'll be right back. I gotta move this cord or whatever. And then as soon as I touch the cord, like get kicked off, come back on. There's 9 versions of me on the call. The other guy that I'm recording with, he got kicked off too and got placed on airplane mode.
There you go, right here. I found it. He changed the thumbnail. Here we go. Let's check a look at this shit. We'll pause it in between. All right, let me see. Share this tab. Boom. Let's get it. It's movie time, guys. Again, this is ODD TV on YouTube.
I just sent you like a 6-second or whatever showing you now. There's like nothing here.
Got you.
But it's sending, so it might be a moment or two.
All right.
ODD TV.
So the recent California fires are very strange and suspect, to say the least. We have specific areas being burned, like energy was being directed at certain things.
Yeah, look at all those
like drone footage of the aftermath.
All the pines and the coniferous, right?
Obliterated,
right,
and turned to
those are the trees that
the surrounding
don't burn that are burning up in Ontario.
Right, the pine trees and stuff like that that are left still.
The coniferous ones, right? Not
right. And this is California. Mind you, guys, this is California, where it's just dry and hot sometimes. A lot of the times, why they have their fires.
And they have droughts all the time.
Right.
Yeah, we don't have that up that way.
All right, let's keep pushing.
Totally fine. Here is a clip courtesy of Serbian Conspiracy. I'll put a link in the description. You'll notice here that stores and restaurants are wiped out while other things are still in perfect shape. Other buildings are fine, trees are untouched, but specific structures are just devastated. You gotta ask yourself, what's up with that? How did the fires get to these certain buildings, but the surrounding areas, including the parking lot, look normal? Is this the result of direct energy weapons? Ranged weapons that inflict damage on a target by emitting highly focused energy? The answer is most likely yes. But most people believe that these kinds of weapons are just science fiction, due to movies like Austin Powers, for instance.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin phase 2 of our evil project. Or is it phase? I don't know phases. Anyways, this is the phase in which we put a giant laser on the moon. As you know, the moon rotates around the Earth like so. When the moon reaches its appropriate lunar alignment, it will destroy Washington, D.C. Anyways, the key to this plan is the giant laser.
Facts,
But in reality, these direct energy weapons are admitted to be real and are documented.
Scientists have been working on this top secret project since 1974.
Is that a real thing? Sorry, can motherfuckers catch can motherfuckers still get poison ivy from like smoke?
Not that I know of, but hey.
I thought like it was the oil that fucks you up. I would think the oil would burn off.
Like I told you before, when I got tested for allergies, and the doctor looks at me and goes, "Oh wow, that's impressive." So I look back, fuck off. My allergies are so bad that they wouldn't give me injections for them. So they would not give me injections.
All right, let's keep going.
This laser is capable of unleashing the power of the sun. Enough energy to light up every home in the U.S. or wipe out mankind.
What we can do is focus this very high energy into a very small spot for a very short time. And when that happens, we get the conditions that are very much like inside our sun.
So you hear that? Now let's watch a clip from YouTube channel In Truth by Grace. Link will be in the description, of course.
This is not a carbon fire. This is the only fire in the whole wide world that's considered a forest fire where the forest did not burn. The forest didn't burn here. All the glass melted. All the structural materials that used to be a house have disappeared. They have disappeared. You have a couple of bent poles here, a couple of poles that are bent, but you have absolutely no materials. The houses have not fallen. The houses have disappeared. The materials of these contents of these houses are gone. Let's listen to what they have to say here. She's going to talk a little bit about it. Well, first, let's go here. I want to show you where these fires are. Because if you're like me, you didn't know that there were 14 separate fires. How did 14 separate fires start over such a wide area?
And this was 5 years ago.
You guys, this isn't normal.
2018.
This is not how it works. These homes didn't fall. These homes didn't burn. These homes disappeared. There's nothing left. There's not even a toilet bowl or a bathtub. This is one of the cars or trucks or something that was in this fire, and you'll notice that the glass here, which has a melting point of between 2,600 and 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? We're talking forge, foundry, furnace temperatures to melt this glass. Glass does not melt on its own, guys. Open air fires do not create this kind of complete combustion of the materials, all right?
How did they create a laser with such devastating force? By assembling an array of 192 lasers and aiming them at a single hydrogen pellet the size of a BB. These 192 lasers are linked together by a twisting jungle of tubes that snake through this mammoth 10-story structure, which is the length of 3 football fields. The plan is to fire all 192 laser beams at once. Each beam starts out low-powered, about the size of what's inside your DVD player.
Hmm.
But as they pass through the complex maze of tubes, they merge into one super beam. This super beam fires 500 terawatts of power
Just
in
like a
2
death ray.
billionths of a second, roughly 500 times the entire peak power output of the United States. When that light strikes the hydrogen pellet, it cooks it to over 800 million degrees.
The fact is, we are dealing with
Look at this shit.
microwave weapon technology. How else would this tree catch on fire from the inside?
A haunting but mesmerizing scene from the wildfires in Sonoma County. A man came across this tree burning from the inside out. Matthew McDermott was driving around looking for escape routes as multiple fires closed in on the area he was in. The tree appears to be hollowed out by embers and flames.
Right? You could look this up. This is all over the news. Tree on fire from the inside. The only time that happens is when trees are struck by lightning, which in itself is a direct energy, right? This whole thing is all messed up. Hurricane after hurricane, which are also able to be created and controlled by man. And now this? And right on cue, we have the Geostorm movie coming out, which has some truth in it.
We can control our weather.
But it's mostly outer space reinforcement propaganda.
Senate committee will now hear from Jacob Lawson, Climate ISS Chief Coordinator. May the record reflect that he was nearly 1 hour late.
Yeah, sorry about that. I literally had to fly in from outer space.
Are all these things a distraction from the Vegas incident? Probably. These days, everything seems to be a distraction from something else. Anyway, I'll put some links for other channels that do a great job at covering these things. Check out In Truth by Grace, aplaintruth.info, my man Richie from Boston, of course, Leak Project, and yeah, there are many others. Salute to all the truth seekers, despite some of our differences. Stay vigilant and keep at it. Much love from ODD TV.
And all the stuff in Turkey.
What'd you say?
All the stuff in Turkey, all those earthquakes, those were man-made.
Oh, that's harp. Sounds like harp to me.
Well, no, you don't even need to be harp. So basically, there's all kinds of data on this already. The
Mhm.
majority of the aftershocks are just sound waves caused by the original shock.
Okay.
So if you have sound wave technology, you could actually cause an earthquake by directing it.
Yeah, that's what they said harp was. Harp, they could direct it. I forgot.
Well, harp's a lot more than that, though, too.
Oh, yeah, it's a whole lot more than that. I just know that's one aspect of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Harp's a whole lot more than that.
And it's kind of funny because Erdogan's kind of like not getting on board with the whole NATO.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, like they had earthquakes trying to take him out. Then they had earthquakes on the day of election.
Yep. Nobody thought that was fucking sketchy. Nobody thought that was weird. Jeez Louise. Yeah, I didn't know. So apparently you can get poison ivy, or according to Daisy Girl and Construct of the States. He says poison ivy smoke doesn't irritate the skin; it destroys the lungs. So that just sounds a little sketch to me.
Yeah.
All I know is this, guys. This shit kind of awkward. Like, I don't think I've ever seen this shit like this. Like I said, it's, I'm as soon as I go outside, I'm sneezing. I smell like that mesquite smell outside, like a slight campfire smell.
Yeah, it's all like pine wood. It's all pine wood that's burning up that way. That's all it is. And then like that's why I'm saying it doesn't make sense, because like how congested that area is.
Uh-huh.
Man, and it stays wet usually all the time. Like, come on, like I know for a fact my parents. So that picture I showed you of the cottage, like when my mother got tired of beating us, she just sent us off to my grandparents so we'd stay there.
Mm-hmm.
And but like my father was on the railway, so we just get it for free. So she just sent us off and be like, okay, cool. And we come back like 3 months later or whatever. But yeah, up that way, I don't ever recalling. I don't recall like forest fires, wildfires, and when they happen, like Usually it's man-made, and they just go out real fast because of how moist it is up that way.
Right. Absolutely. All right, Jonah, we appreciate you. I'm gonna let Stuff Colonel. He want to jump in.
Right,
thank you so much, Jonah. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Jonah with all the
How do
knowledge.
I just sign off now?
I got you.
Oh, at least to do.
All right. So, all right, cool. So, go ahead. Feel free to jump in, Stuff. Feel free to jump in. But yeah, yo, it's crazy. Like, I remember that video when he did that. I was like, yo, I was looking at the fires. I'm like, how that shit burned down? But then you still got all these trees right here that's straight. That shouldn't have made sense to me.
It was I believe that it was targeted due to different document housing buildings. I think that they wanted to take out certain ones. That's what I believe.
YV with the Kufi on tight says, what if the trees were saturated with a chemical like in Waco? That's interesting. That is interesting. But even Jabari said it was crazy around him too. You know what I mean? I think he said he almost was ready to put on a mask. Some stuff. Like I said, if it get any worse, I might do it too. Just because I'm simply like, what's the smoke?
I'm gonna go grab the babies their nuggets. I'll be right back in a second.
All right, cool. All right, cool. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us, though. We got 35 in the building here over here on YouTube. What we got over on Rumble right now? We got 56 watching over here on Rumble. That's what I'm talking about. Make sure I hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share the stream, let people know we're live. Oh, man. Let's see. Mike Has Bad Knees says, were those houses in a low-income area, and has that area already been built back up with luxury homes? That's a good question. That happened in what, 2019? You know what I mean? That happened in 2019, like 18 or 17, 2018. YV says, hell, for all we know, a huge dome could be on fire. That's also a good. That's a good theory. For those of you who don't know what a dome is, it's a deep underground military base. That's what it stands for. A deep underground military base. It just like Jonah said. Jonah broke it down. You know, he said that area, according to Jonah, since he looked up in the terrain, he said those trees could just be coming out of the thaw. Those trees should still have moisture in them. So for them to catch fire like that doesn't make any sense. I also said earlier, it's like, yo, I'm here in Maryland, and we don't have our weather has been like hot. The weather has been mild. And that's it goes to like as well. It's been mild. So I can only imagine the mild weather in Canada. It ain't hot enough. The conditions ain't in my opinion, hot enough for it to start a wildfire, which tells me that someone or something started the fire. The more weird, the more interesting thing, again, I'm in Maryland, in Baltimore, and behind me, you guys can see the fucking fog, the smoke. You can see it. It's 2:00 in the afternoon here on like a nice 70, what is it? It's like 70 something degree day. And it's foggy out here, like it just got finished raining or it's about to rain. It's crazy to me. You know what I mean? Bro. Let me see something. Question is, what are they you never let a good crisis go to waste. So I'm wondering, is something happening under the cover of this smoke? Is something happening under cover of this smoke? Man, geeking. He told me we need some Hotep Nation masks. We need to make a Hotep Nation fucking gas mask. That's what we need to do. We need to do a Hotep Nation gas mask. Yeah, we got a good crowd today. I appreciate everybody jumping in for real. What's up, DMW says he's in Midtown right now. What it's looking like? Where you at, bro? Loco say he in Georgia and the sky looks smoke too. That stuff everywhere. Smoke aliens, nah, no cover. You need a NASA gas mask. There you go. There you go. Man, listen. I don't know. All those are shit weird. I know that when I walk outside, I can smell like burning wood and I sneeze and all that other stuff. My kid, he was sneezing his ass off when I took him to school. My daughter said, yo, why the sun red? There's a lot of shit going on. The funny part is that my daughter kind of put me D with this fire shit. The Canada fires. She had said something to me over the weekend and I wasn't really paying attention. That's crazy. So look, Jonah sent this video. Let me share it with y'all. Let me see. Here we go. Look at this. Look how, like, where Jonah is looks a whole lot clearer. Looks a whole lot clearer than me. Look at me. Look where I am, and look at this picture. Look at this video that Jonah sent out. It's a whole lot clearer where Jonah is than where I am. That makes no sense whatsoever. That makes no sense whatsoever. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Let me see. I also pulled up this article too. Let's share this out real quick. Okay, hold on. We got Steph in the building. Hold on, Steph. I got you.
Yo.
We got Steph in the building. What's going on, Steph?
It's good. How's it going?
Can't complain, bro. Can't complain. Oh, I'm complaining about this fucking smoke. Got me sneezing my ass off. So, yeah.
See, no, it made it to you a day late. It made it to you a day late. See that what you got going on in the background? That was damn near all day yesterday. Matter of fact, that was because I didn't even go home last night, so I went down to Atlantic City, try to get away from all this shit. And when I got down there like 6:30, something like that. And the air, it was actually all right down there. The air was all right. Spent the night, whatever. I wake up this morning, smelling the smoke, smelling the campfire, just like you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I woke up smelling the campfire. And then Timmy Plays says the county looked way better than the city. So I think, and then Timmy must be here in Baltimore too. So yeah, but like as the closer I got to the city, this is how that shit looked. Like the county was jacked up, but the city was. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I walked outside, I could smell like that. Like I said, that campfire smell.
Hold on, I was trying to see if I could turn the camera around so I can show you because I'm out in Philly right now. I'm on where am I? On Second and Chestnut Street. So I'm out here right now. It's a quiet day. It's nice. It's nice outside. It's breezy. It's not hot or anything like that. But you can see in the background it's still like a little hazy as if it was hot.
Yeah.
So it's weird, and you don't really smell like the campfire smell anymore. But the air still kind of doesn't smell right. It's weird. It's like a trick in the air.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because even like last night when I was going in the house, I'm like, yo, what is that? So like, or even in Philly, it's not looking too bad. Like you still see slightly, but it's not looking too bad compared to what you're saying behind me. I wonder if it's just making its way south now and it's starting to clear out. I hope that's the case.
Yeah, that's what it seems. But all this shit to me is unnatural. There's no way this is natural at all, man.
It can't be, bro.
Nah, I refuse. And you know what the crazy part about is? Remember we had the Palestine fire a while ago, and that we didn't even. First of all, we didn't hear about it for 7 fucking days, but we didn't even see. At least I didn't see any of it over in Jersey, like how we saw all the smoke and stuff right now.
Yeah. That was what I was saying. Like the Palestine, Ohio thing. Like y'all had to, like I know people could see the cloud, but nobody could but that was like in the immediate vicinity. You know what I mean? You guys got the side effects of the chemicals moving, but nobody, like, unless you was with a certain radius, you didn't see that cloud. However, I'm far as fuck from Canada.
Word.
And I can see these smoke, which I thought would have dissipated before it got here. You know what I mean? So, like, here we go with USA Today. Wildfire smoke updates. At least 100 million Americans affected by air quality alerts. So this shit is crazy. Look at this. Look at these pictures. Bro, that's like some doomsday shit. What if it's that Operation Solar Shield shit that they trying to jump off with? You know, Bill Gates want to fucking block out the sun or screen the sun.
Yeah, that's what my sister was saying this morning. My sister was saying something like that. Like, you know, they're trying to block out the sun and whatnot. You know, so it's crazy because the last few days it's been like a reddish orange. Even the moon, like right near sunrise, it was kind of like orange. You know?
Yeah, like this video showing right now. Like, what if it is that Operation Solar Shield shit, yo? That'd be really interesting. But let's see what the article says. Smoke from wildfires in Canada has drifted down into the U.S. on Wednesday, leading to extremely poor air quality across much of the eastern U.S., with alerts in effect all the way from New England to the southeast. And more than 100 million Americans were affected by air quality alerts, the Environmental Protection Agency said. In fact, New York City's air quality was the worst amongst the world's major cities. For a time Tuesday morning, according to IQ Air, an air quality monitoring website, as of Wednesday afternoon, IQ Air said New York City's population was fourth worst in the world, behind New Delhi, India, Dhaka, Bangladesh, and Toronto. Like, that's kind of what it looks like. Yo, you remember back, like, when they would show pictures of like China and everybody's wearing no fucking masks, and China just looked just foggy and fucking just like your worst ecological nightmare. That's what it looked like right now. But China shit was just because they don't give a fuck about the environment.
They definitely don't. There's no regulation is not in their vocabulary in China. So,
right. China said, "Fuck your climate accord, bro."
Exactly.
China ain't fucking around with that shit. Where we at? So it says New York City. Mayor Eric Adams said the city's air quality index on Wednesday climbed up to 484 out of a scale of 500, more than double the level that was reached Tuesday night. He said the city's air quality health advisory has been extended through Thursday night. Due to the unhealthy air, Major League Baseball postponed Wednesday night's game in New York and Philly. It's the first such postponement since September of 2020, when two games between the Seattle Mariners and the San Francisco Giants were moved from Seattle to San Francisco due to the wildfire related smoke. Damn. So they didn't cancel the games. They didn't cancel the games, which I don't blame them. You know what I mean? You need nobody passing out on the goddamn field. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to see no baseball players out there, bitch, cardiac arrest or something, whatever happened, you know, due to the smoke. But that's nuts. Let me see who we got on here. We got Salt of the Earth. Hold on, I'm over here. I gotta catch up on Rumble real quick. Salt of the Earth says audio is better. Foggy and Anacostia as well smells like faint campfire. So Salt of the Earth is in Anacostia down by DC, and they can smell a faint campfire too, like I said. Obsessive Compulsive says Tesla Tech Death Ray is vibration based. HARP is based on its tech. He created an isolated earthquake by harmonic vibrations, right? Because I think HARP uses like frequency. It's frequency based, like a certain hertz does what it does for HARP. And they got two HARPs. People think it's just the one HARP out in is it Alaska? There's another HARP, and allegedly that other HARP is in Russia. And I remember when I did a report on HARP back in like the early 2000s for school, there were 2 HARPs. There was one in Canada and there was one on Russia's side as well. So do with that information what you will. Salted Earth says true. Every morning the sun has been deep orange. Mike Has Bad Knees says, have we seen any aerial video of the actual fire in Canada? I was looking for that. No aerial footage of the fire. Jonah showed us some footage that a picture that he had of the fire burning on off of some highway in Canada earlier. Salted Earth says, what doesn't make sense is the air warnings of the day. I mean, the air warnings, the day of the fires. No way the smoke could have come that far that quick. That's what Sauce said too. It's no way that shit can move that fucking fast, Joe.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is conditioning, right? Because if you get people to now gravitate towards the television again, now all they're gonna be looking for is, oh, is it gonna go to orange? Is it gonna go to red? Is it yellow? Whatever color they want to put to label the severity of danger to keep people scared and whatnot. So
right,
I think that's a part of it too. What was I getting ready to say? Yesterday when I was leaving, going through Newark Penn Station, I was hot boxed. There was smoke inside the station. Like it was smoke inside. Like it was crazy, bro.
Damn.
Crazy. Everywhere you went, smoke inside somewhere.
Bro, they gotta get. Obsessive Compulsive says, true. The weather patterns typically go from south to north and west to east.
Yeah.
We get storms from Toronto Alley. Toronto Alley. We get storms from Tornado Alley. Yet this is magically going the opposite direction.
Yeah, it's weird. You would think all this stuff would just be hit going east, and you guys wouldn't even really be getting affected. You know what I'm saying? Or really, any one of us probably wouldn't be getting affected. You know? So it's just weird. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all, bro. Don't make sense. Democrats, Democrats glad to be forced to wear a mask again. Jonah says, you ever hear or you ever see or hear about the HARP in Detroit, just down the street? No, I never heard about the HARP in Detroit. I know it was one in Alaska, and I know it was probably second. I mean, not Canada, Russia, on Russia's side of the border. Let's see.
What's good? Who we got in here? Steph?
We got Steph.
What's up, Paolo?
What's good, Steph? How you living?
I'm good, man. I'm just out here in these elements, taking minutes off my life. You know what I'm saying? Taking minutes off my life, but we all right.
Yeah, DMW said, let me see. What is this? Hold on, my fault, y'all. He said it's still a little hazy, nothing to compare to yesterday, with a slight smell. Wow. Emmanuel says breaking. White House cancels outside event due to wildfires. You know it's not gonna get canceled though. You know it's not gonna get canceled to the weather. To the low air quality. Pride.
Correct. Oh no, it's the full swing, especially down here in Philly. That shit's in full swing.
Watch the smoke magically disappear overnight when the Pride parade start tomorrow.
Oh, correct. Correct.
Watch. It's gonna be like, it just be magically bright and sunny. No more smoke. The fires are gone, guys. They've gone. They fought the fires just in time for Pride to kick off his parades in whatever city you're in.
Exactly.
Oh man, that is fucking hilarious. Emmanuel said, because the White House canceling shit, this might be bigger than we think. That's what I'm saying, yo. You gotta put your koofies on tight. You gotta put your koofies on tight, guys. We don't know what the fuck about to happen. I'm just saying. It could just be a wildfire that somebody set like a dickhead, or it could be a cover for some other shit to happen. You never know. The aliens done got mad because they outed. I mean, it'd be a perfect cover to move some shit. Just saying.
See, y'all can see it's still kind of like hazy.
Yeah.
Y'all can see in the background there.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can still see it a little bit. But like with me, I can't even see a cloud. I'm just looking. It just looked weird.
There's no clouds. It's like the sky is just whited out. The sky is just whited out. No clouds. Sun is out. It's weird. It's weird. It's not. There's no gray clouds or anything like that. Like there's a break of blue over there. A little bit of it. But other than that, there's nothing. It's weird.
DMW says, he said the truth ain't gonna come from the trusted sources. He said, I'm sure it isn't, man, but we know truth isn't coming from the trusted sources. That's right. So Loco said climate lockdown training, maybe getting people used to it. You know, how you boil? You say how they say you boil the frog? You slowly turn the heat up.
Yep. So it's an exercise. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
This is an exercise.
Man, what he said? He said, this is starting to affect money, canceling baseball games. I don't like where this is heading. That is true. That is true. The writing is could very well be on the wall, people. The writing could very well be on the wall. Anyway, I appreciate you guys rolling with us. If you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share the stream. Let people know we're live. If you're catching that replay, let me know how we doing. I can be guys. Please don't forget, follow me on Rumble. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. I'm over here. I'm at 864 followers on the Rumble. Let's get me to 1,000. YouTube, I would love to get to 3,000 subs. Share my channel. Go back and check out my catalog. I'm sure you'll like it. Oh, man. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I got to get my ass back to the grind. I appreciate Jonah stepping in. Appreciate you stepping in stuff. Jay, as always, I appreciate you. Everybody in the chat for participating. Thank you. All the super chats. I appreciate you. Anyway, until next time. Oh, tonight. Let's just say tonight, right? 10:45, 10:30. Tonight after Hotep's Been Told You. It's the Hotep's Been Told You after party. Tonight after Hotep's Been Told You, it's the Hotep's Been Told You after party. Come check it out. It might be a movie night. I don't know, because I just saw that they have the Great Awakening documentary is out.
What's
so that? Exactly. I just found out about it. So we got to go look at that shit.
Yeah, we want to put it out.
Yeah, so we're probably going to spend a quick 30 minutes on YouTube discussing some stuff, and then we're probably going to go to Rumble for that exclusive.
It's going to get spicy,
huh? That exclusive. It's going to get spicy. I know we can't show that shit over here on YouTube. Anyway, until next time, it's Canada Hotel saying be safe, stay strapped. Don't miss. Make sure Travis Rudolph get himself a pog and a bottle of Hennessy.
Fact.
All right, guys. I'll holler at y'all.